And a good morning to you. It's not Monday, so I won't play like it's Monday. It's Tuesday. I actually took the day off yesterday. I didn't do a whole lot. Worked up here at the shop, the man cave as it is, and got some jerseys hung up and all those kinds of things.
Looks great in here.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Looks fantastic.
I got people calling the crap out of me. Stop calling me. You all want the same thing. They want to ask me the same question as their phone call I just got that I answered, and I had already called the place that they were going to let them know what was going on.
Just install it. Don't hook it up. Okay? That's all what you do for this
14th time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glad to have you along with us here this morning. Thanks for being with us. Got a couple baseball things I want to get into today. The NBA Finals are set. One of the NBA notes, Nate McMillan has been retained as the permanent head coach for the Atlanta Hawks because this is the first year, and I'm not an NBA follower, but this is the first year that I can remember that the Atlanta Hawks have actually been relevant inside the NBA. They never have.
Well, Dominique Wilkins, right?
You got to go back to them.
No, what I'm saying is you remember, or a lot of people do, that, Dominique Magnifique, those incredible thunderous dunks and just how athletic he was. He's often left off of a lot of discussions, like if you say, give me five guys, back then that would play five guys today, Dominique's not really talked about a lot.
But part of that is because the team was so irrelevant. You've got to be such a huge star if you're not on a relevant team to be noticed.
That's absolutely right.
You go back and you look at here again, think about what Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, what they would have been on the Cowboys or the Steelers or you know what I'm saying? But they were they were stuck in Detroit.
How good would Barry Sanders have been playing with the Buffalo Bills? Thurman Thomas was a great running back and catch the ball in the backfield. I think that's one of the things that Barry Sanders was overlooked for is his ability to catch the ball.
Well, go back to even to the Juice.
Yeah. No,
if he hadn't have been
at
Buffalo. Buffalo has now kind of come out of that shadow, and I hope that they can stay out of that shadow because for so long they were not.
Well, I like the boy that the guys playing quarterback for him because they tried the experts and the pundits tried to find every reason in the world why he wouldn't be successful. Oh, he's not accurate. He can't do this. He can't do that. You know what he can do? He can win. So you can throw all that crap out the window. That boy plays with a chip on his shoulder, and rightfully so. I think Wyoming was the only Division I team to recruit him.
I believe that's right.
But that is how he plays, and that is why he's successful. And you know what? It's interesting, Lenny, that a lot of times all we need is somebody to say, you can't do that, for us to go do it.
Bob Duckworth says Barry Sanders and Walter Payton are the best running backs of all time.
That's
when I start to think above that, I can't think of anything that kind of comes close other than possibly Emmitt Smith. Not sure he's in that same category, and I'm kind of going through my head of some other players. I can't think of anybody. And honestly, you look at those two guys, Barry Sanders with the dysfunctional Detroit Lions, okay, and Walter Payton, a man who didn't have anywhere close to the size needed to be an NFL superstar.
Except in his chest,
that's
right?
Exactly right.
No, I'm with you.
Marshall Faulk, Eric Dickerson, that's another.
Sure.
You get into that debate, and here's the funny thing. Now it may be because we're old, but you don't come up with any in the last 10 to say 15 years that kind of make that list that compare with those guys.
Well, the guys that had the opportunity to do that, the guys, some of the players had the opportunity to not be in that list, but possibly get in that list were more worried about holdouts and contracts than they were playing football. So, when you're great at something, that's because that's what you're focused on being great at.
That's correct.
And you're not worried about other things that you can't control or trying to beat a drum or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Except the drum that makes you a better player and more productive for, the organization or team that you're playing for.
Yeah.
And I really think that, over the next probably 5 to 10 years, you'll see a major change in in some of the things that we're seeing now, because people are starting to wake up to, and when I mean people, the actual athletes themselves and what people really want, because all you have to do is base things on ratings, as far as the number of people watching. Engagement is everything, and
Hobbs got a question for you. Are you saying some of those modern guys are NCHSAA like?
Well,
style versus substance.
100%.
Okay, I just want to clear it up.
Not 100, but I know where Hobbs is going.
Just want to clear that up.
Hey, I'd like to take a quick minute to wish my wife
absolutely
a happy 19th anniversary.
Absolutely, I've already done that.
Sorry.
I didn't say it on your line on Facebook. I did on hers because I knew it meant. I meant something. Good morning, Tim Smith. Glad to have you this morning. Couple other headlines before we get into anything deep. Juju sent me this tweet, and my response was, and I'll tell you what it was, Trevor Lawrence signs $36.8 million rookie contract with the Jaguars.
Yep.
And my response back was, he just made his new bride very happy. That was my biggest thing. And
you're close to Disney.
I guess it's because
it's magical.
I guess it's because my wife really liked Trevor Lawrence, and her being the Clemson fan, she didn't even get mad about that comment. Well, they dated for a long time, and I think it was really true love, and it wasn't one of those flash in the pan where she was a money grabber and just going after the cash. We'll see. Anyway, so he got a $24.1 million signing bonus. $24 million signing bonus. He'll count $6.7 million against the cap in 21. That includes a fifth-year option that is attached to every rookie deal for the first-round selections. They will pay him that signing bonus within 15 days after he passes his physical.
Yeah. And so he'll keep about 10.
There's no offset language in the contract, meaning that he would still receive the full amount of guaranteed money remaining in his contract, even if he were to be released and signed with another team. The majority of his compensation will come in his roster bonuses in 22, 3, and 4. He will earn that bonus even if he's on the 90-man roster on the third day after the mandatory reporting. Lawrence will earn his roster bonus even if he is on the active non-football injury list. Okay? Now, the others that they're looking to sign, Jacksonville now has signed 6 of its 9 picks. Travis Etienne, corner Tyson Campbell, and offensive tackle Walker Little remain unsigned. He's expected to be the immediate starter. He went 34-2 at Clemson, recording the third-best winning percentage by a starting quarterback with a minimum of 30 starts in college football since 1978.
And will never go into the Hall of Fame, College Football Hall of Fame, right?
That's correct, because he was never an All-American.
Yeah.
Don't even get – look, Mandy put a heart up there. That is so – thank you, Mandy.
She loves
I asked him why he was here. He should be there with his wife, spending the day.
Hey, we're going to work, man.
I've already told you there's no future in that.
Huh?
I've already told you there's no future in that. Carrie, good morning. Miss Kay, good morning. Richie saw a headline that says Arch Manning could make $20 million as a freshman. Well, that's double what I saw when it first came out last Wednesday. They said 10, but that would not surprise me. A former rapper's son who will be a freshman playing signed $1 million contract. Look, the money is flowing. The money is flowing. And I asked this question of Juju, and because were you gone Thursday? Were you here last Thursday?
Holy cow, Andy!
Did I ask you the question about?
Yeah, I was here last Thursday.
Okay, maybe it was Keever that I asked. Do you think what's going to happen now is so much of the booster money?
Will
come out of the college.
That's right.
And into these endorsement contracts and get that money on top of the table.
I think it's already there. We just, it's maybe, and again, I'm not accusing anyone of doing anything inappropriate. I'm saying, but there's a likelihood that a lot of that's going on now. It's just going to be more, noticed and noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
This is, what's going to happen? And I talked yesterday when Robbie Abernathy and I were heading up to we played golf with a group of guys, Daryl Harmon and some guys up at Mountain Glen yesterday up in the mountains. And on the way up, he and I kept talking about this. We think the real headline is not about the players as much as it is how are the coaches going to defend themselves when that 5-star kid doesn't get that endorsement. We really think this is –
that's why I said what I did. That's why, I think I told you about Charlotte had signed an agreement with a company to come in and help their players, work through all this. If I were a school, I would say stay so far away from this so that I could say, look, I don't have anything to do with this.
You can't, but you can't. Yeah. It's kind of, you're married to it.
I understand, but
you want to, Lenny. I'm with you. I would want to do the same thing. But that picture right there of those guys, all of them down there, what's going to happen when certain people are given endorsements and others aren't? Do you think that special interest groups are going to come in and accuse people of not giving endorsements because they, they may not like so and so or may be discriminating against people?
I hope not. They signed, and they can hit the portal as far as I'm concerned. That's why I keep saying the schools need to keep as much distance from this as possible so that they can stay. They keep that separation there.
It's all. Listen, the narrative is not going to change, and there's going to be some. There's going to be people that are going to be taking up for these athletes. Or giving the appearance that they care about them.
Oh, I would be amiss if I didn't jump into this. Eric Cooper has already issued an executive order allowing college athletes to earn money off the use of their names, image, and likeness. He signed it Friday, comes one day after the NCAA rule change went into effect. The NCAA's suspended restrictions on payments. Now, in Kentucky, he signed an executive order, the governor did last week, permitting players to cash in on it.
That's great.
Ohio governor did the same. Cooper had a 3-page order outlining that includes permitting schools to restrict players from entering into agreements if those conflict with an institute's contracts or negatively impact the school's image.
Oh, yeah.
Schools such as Duke already have released their own guidelines.
Sure.
Now, I did see this. When I read the article, it was a deeper article. But the biggest thing that I saw about it is a state legislator said, that's all great and good. It's an executive order. It's not law.
No, it's not.
Nobody can mandate that.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Now, you can try to scare people into it. Like during COVID, they'd stop by and, hand you a piece of paper if you kept your business open saying, according to the governor's executive order such and such, you're not supposed to be doing. I mean, now I don't know, again, hey, look, man, sign away, okay? Sign away.
And if I see him grin just one more time
sign
about
away.
this $1 million vaccine giveaway, I think I'm going to puke.
I mean, hey, look.
Andrew said it's almost like wearing a mask. Yeah, I saw that last week, and I had forgotten about it. Just thought I would bring that to the table. I thought that was kind of interesting. Let me take a break.
I'm going to issue an executive order that we need to take a break.
And then when we come back, I'm going to get Ford's blood pressure fired up here on a Tuesday over some baseball, and I'll explain more when we come back.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver, or visit mooneyinsurance.com. Stifel Nicholas now has an office in your community. Stifel Nicholas is a full-service organization offering a wide range of investment vehicles and services. These include money market funds, CDs, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, annuities, retirement plans, and managed accounts, to name a few. Our financial advisors will sit down with you and help you tailor an investment plan, explaining strategies and investments which may help you achieve your personal goals. Call 4Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stifel Nicholas, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange. And welcome back. Glad to have you in the house this morning. I want to go baseball. It's America's game. And you know how much I love it. I'm all about baseball. Now, here we go. You ready?
Indeed.
First pitch. Braves and Marlins.
Yep.
Ronald Acuna got hit. First pitch. Wound up being 3 people tossed. It said Friday night marked the return of the Marlins pitching versus Braves All-Star Ronald Acuna Jr. saga. There's where the problem came in. Pablo Lopez ejected after his first pitch sinker hit Acuna's left elbow guard to open the bottom of the first in Miami's 1-0 loss to Atlanta. Lopez visibly reacted when the pitch caught Acuna, who turned away from the mound and began to walk toward first base. Braves manager Brian Snedeker came out of the dugout to express his displeasure. Umpiring crew conferred. Crew chief, second base umpire, then made the decision to eject Lopez without issuing a warning, which got Don Mattingly out of the Marlins bullpen. Dugout, and pitching coach Mel Sotomayor, who were also ejected, pled Lopez's case alongside him. Yeah. There was a 12-minute, 15-second delay before Ross Detweiler took over on the mound for Miami. Yep. Now, here's where the problem came in. The problem came in is this is not the first time that it happened.
Correct.
And the problem came in, they were kind of bothered that it was the first pitch of the game. Now, from what I've read, Lopez is a tight inside pitcher. Okay. Now, they were asking the umpire crew to determine the intention and keeping control of the game.
Of course.
So that it would prevent a beanball war. Now, here's the problem. You know, like I do, it would have continued in that game had this not happened.
No.
You don't think so?
No, because what you do is, instead of trying to legislate and mandate and the umpires do this and do that, the umpires should call the game. Let the players control the game. So what happens when you get hit with a pitch? What do you do if you think it's intentional? Do you smile at him, say, God loves you, so do I, and then you go to first base, or do you go out there and whip his rear end? Okay, so if they let the guys fight and get it over with, then they can move on.
So
now,
am
I condoning fighting? Okay, whatever. But, I mean, it is what it is. They're trying to take human nature out of competition and regulate it and mandate this and let the umpire step in and say, let me tell you something. My umpire can throw that dude out of the game all he wants. The fact of the matter is he hit Acuna with the ball. Now, if he hits me with the ball, you can throw him out if you want to. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to whip his I'm going to go talk to him about it. Okay? If I think it's on purpose.
Andrew was there.
Yes, he was.
Andrew
he saw it.
He
and I were talking about it. Yeah, he and I were talking about it.
Richie said, "Were there no warnings issued?" Nope. No warnings at all. And then here's what happens.
That's why this.
It's the third time. It's the third time they've hit him with the first pitch of the game. That's where this came from.
Well, see, but then you have
that's
all these.
That's not a control issue.
Okay, I have no problem throwing inside, but I know what's going to happen if a guy thinks that I'm trying to go after him, and I did go after people. Mm-hmm. If they hit a home run off me, which was quite often, or if they were up there and trying to taunt me or do anything else, I was going to go after them. Now, did I hit anybody in the head? No, but I mean it's about competition. And again, Lanny, you either own the plate as a pitcher or the hitter does. It's not you both own it. That doesn't work that way. And a lot of people, the people that have never played at a higher level or an intensified level, other than just maybe junior high or high school, whatever, you don't understand truly and can appreciate how fast the ball is coming in and how there has to be a precedent set between the pitcher and the hitter that's only up to them. It's not up to the guy back there going, strike one. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. It's like this. It's like somebody coming up and clubbing me with the bat off the side of the street, and I'm sitting on my porch. You think I'm going to wait for the police to get there before whoever just hit me with the bat and I are going to talk about that? The police can come in and say, now, he was wrong. We're going to arrest him. And now, I'm just saying.
I know.
Now, when I'm 75 or 80, maybe sooner, and can't do anything about the club bat, then that's okay. But it's the same premise. You can't, man, look, you can't sit there in Major League Baseball, well, we don't want them fighting and we want them. That's all the feel-gooders out there. Oh, they shouldn't show that violence. Let me tell you something. You have to have a mindset of destroy when you go up to the plate when you're hitting. You have to have a mindset of destroy when you're on the mound pitching. Now, does that mean you actually want to kill somebody? I would certainly hope not.
Now,
but what I'm saying is, as far as fierce competition goes and what people are paying for and what you love to do, that's the way you got to be at what you go about, and then try to do the right thing for right reasons.
Let me give you some more backstory here, and this will – I'm not saying one way or the other. Donnie, good morning. Glad to see you.
Need another
Andrew said some backstory here. Acuna missed the game the night before.
That's right.
As a last-minute scratch due to a sore back. Then it appeared the guy threw the first pitch right at his back.
Right at his back.
I
love
think
it.
that
awesome.
played a big part in the exhaustion as well. Now, let me give you even more backstory. Here's the storyline. This goes back to 2018 when Urena hit Acuna with his first and only pitch in August 15, 2018, which led to a bench-clearing incident. Urena went on to serve a 6-game suspension and an undisclosed fine. At the time, Acuna had become the youngest player to go deep in 5 straight games with leadoff homers in each of the first 3 contests against the Marlins. Then in May of 19, then Braves starter Kevin Guzman threw behind Urena and immediately got ejected.
Yep.
And this is the first time Urena's first start facing the Braves since the previous August. Now, Acuna has been hit 4 times in 236 regular season plate appearances versus the Marlins, who lead all opposing teams in this category. The next closest, who have hit Acuna 3 times in 59 plate appearances, are the Red Sox. But Acuna has been hit by Miami pitching just twice since 19, and none through 7 games this season. The 2 teams had been warned before the game. So there you go, before the game. I guess I don't understand enough about baseball to know the right or wrong. You don't have to have those. We don't have a call.
I'm just messing. Okay. Well, I'm listening.
But you don't. I don't understand. I don't understand the baseball side. I mean, of why that's the right thing to do.
Well, it's kind of like in football. What's going to happen when somebody hits Tom Brady late?
Not the same thing's going to happen if they hit somebody else late. There's always a double standard when it comes to quarterbacks.
Oh, I didn't mean with the officials. I meant with his offensive lineman or somebody on defense.
Right. I'm gonna make a point, but I'm gonna do it on the field. That's the difference. I'm gonna do it legally between the whistles and between the lines. I always did.
That's what they do in baseball. It's legal.
It's legal to hit somebody.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The intent is what they're looking at. But if you go after somebody in football,
how do you measure intent?
The same way you do in football. Oh, that looked excessive to me. 15 yards. Oh, it's a miracle. Thank you.
They're not fixed. Oh. I'll fix them later.
But no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's all about intent, But and I do agree that, and I said something earlier about umpires not being allowed to control the game. I think that's important by setting a precedent. But the problem is this precedent between these 2 guys was already set before. You know what I'm saying? Before the first pitch was even thrown, and they knew what was going to happen. I mean, the cause and effect is just so great, and a lot of that's been taken away in professional sports, even in college or amateur sports. It's amazing how the dynamic has shifted in the mindset of those that are involved. They really have no stake in the game other than just having an opinion about how it's not okay to be aggressive or it's not okay to be passionate about something and have passion about what you're doing. It's often looked at and mischaracterized by, well, they're just insane. Who would want to do that? And anytime somebody says that, they're talking about themselves, like they couldn't do that. When somebody says you should do this or you should do that, they're basically saying this is what I would do, not you should do it.
I guess where I'm bothered by this, Richie said that he thinks that they threw at Acuna the first time because he had hit a walk-off home run.
Yeah, probably. But how did he hit it? Did he hit it and then throw his bat 60 feet in the air and run around the base?
I've never seen him do that.
No, I'm just giving.
He's one of those classics.
No, I agree. No, I agree. Yeah. I'm just asking. Did and that some of that has to play into that. Now, the other part about him getting hit and things like that, just
does it really have to play into that?
As far as on the bat flip.
Yeah, on the celebration side in baseball, is that just like an unwritten rule? You cannot appreciate what you accomplished in baseball?
No, it's more about trying to get on Instagram or Twitter or I've even heard high school coaches this year when a player hit a home run, coach talked about, wow, that should be on Sports Center. That bat flip should be things like that. I mean, is that really who we want people? Is that really the people we want working with our kids, trying to develop them into young people?
No.
Well, I've got it screenshotted on here. Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know.
But here's the deal. That could equate to some money.
Yeah, sure it could. Sure it could. And that's the whole problem.
I don't know what the
problem.
Right answer is.
That's the whole problem. Not money.
I have never been a fan.
The intent of
I've never been a fan of showcasing or showing out based on something you did. I'm a little more old school. If I put somebody on their back, I'm not going to stand over them. I'm going to help them up and say, give me about 45 seconds and I'll be back.
Yeah, I'm going to be here all day.
Yeah.
I'll be glad to pick you up all day.
And that needs to be between him and I.
Absolutely.
That doesn't need to involve anybody else. And if he's not happy about it, he has the ability to stop it because it's me and him.
Yeah, I coached a great player at Irwin High School that ended up being best friends with Matt Eisenhower from Maiden. They played at Appalachian State together, John Holt, and he was the former offensive coordinator at Western Carolina just until the staff got relieved this past spring. And John, really big guy, really strong, and he used to knock him down and say, "God loves you," and so I'll be back in a minute.
Matt Eisenhower was always that way.
Yeah, I mean it was.
I told my kids when we came up here and played, I said he's gonna put you into next week.
Yeah,
and then he's gonna help you up. He's gonna come back and do it again.
Yeah.
So it's up to you to stop it. Yeah. It's up to you to stop it.
And good luck with that.
I guess that's where if I'm a pitcher and somebody takes me downtown, that's on me. That's. I shouldn't be mad at him because he's proud of his home run. Because if I'm a pitcher and I strike you out, especially if I get you on the third one swinging, I should be proud of that because I accomplished my job.
No, but I'm not going to sit there when I strike a guy out either and pump my fist 17 times like I've done something great. I'm going to act like I've done it before.
Yeah, but I have seen some pitchers pat that glove.
I completely agree with you. I'm not defending pitchers. I'm talking about the cause and effect of hitting and pitching. And that, yes, when a guy hit a home run off of me, which, like I said, was quite often, all right, I hold from what I understand, I hold the unofficial American Legion record of giving up the most home runs in a career, 57.
What a guy!
All right, yeah. So
Hey, you have to be known for something.
It's unofficial, of course. But Coach Swink, my Legion coach at Burke County, always say, But what was funny is we would normally win those games because I'd throw 9 innings and we'd win like 17-16 or something. Now, don't get wrong. I did a couple myself, but
you took care of your side of it. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, but if a guy, which was very rare. All right, there were a couple of times that we had some pretty intense, games with, as a player and coach, whether it be at Hickory or when I played at Burke, with like Caldwell or, which has a great program, traditional program, and of course Cherryville. There was some celebration after games if we did beat those teams or they beat us, but it was pretty good during the game. There wasn't a whole lot of inappropriate back and forth.
Right.
There was a great player from Cherryville years ago named Deion Danner. He was a left-handed pitcher, and he threw the ball extremely hard. And he was a great hitter too. He's a real skinny, tall kid. He ended up getting drafted and playing. I think he went pretty far. I don't think he made it to the majors, but he was pitching against us, and he threw the first 2 balls, 91, 92 on the outer half, and I didn't even see him. And the crowd starts screaming at me, "Get that bat off your shoulder! Let's do that." And it made me, man, I just dove my whole body into the next pitch and, hit it pretty good, got a home run or whatever off of it in left center field. And I was sprinting around the bases because I didn't think I'd hit it out. And then, of course, whatever. Next time I came up, I thought, he may stick one in my ear right here. So I didn't dive in too much. So he struck me out the next time on 3 balls that, what I'm saying is there's a level of respect for guys because he ended up striking me out a lot more.
I understand, but he gave up that home run. He doesn't have any right to come back and put one in your ear.
No, he didn't because it was 0-2 and he left it too close to the plate.
But still, it doesn't matter.
It does. No, that does matter.
You decide which pitch you're throwing.
That's my whole point. On 0-2, unless you think that – now, he did throw 2 by me to his credit that I didn't even see. But at the same time, I wasn't hitting, third in the lineup for nothing.
Well, he should have been throwing junk in an 0-2.
That's what I'm talking about. So he was mad at himself. Of course, Bobby had a, had a conniption fit over there, and rightfully so. But the point is you know, that I did not show him up.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's just the way you do it.
Brian Rose, good morning. A couple other comments. Richie said, I like the pitchers that either turn and wave at the ball or just yelling into their glove after they've give up a home run.
Yeah.
And Andrew said if Acuna would have charged the mound, he would not been by himself. It was all he could do to keep the bull in the stands.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Didn't want to turn the bull loose.
Yeah, the bull.
Or a buffet, either one of those.
Let me tell you something. The bull came to spend a night at the house one time a couple of years ago, and he's only like 8 or 9, 8, whatever. That joker ate 17 pieces of pizza.
He's the man.
Dude, the bull's great.
He's the man. Take a time out. Be back in a moment.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver, or visit mooneyinsurance.com. Stiefel Nicholas now has an office in your community. Stiefel Nicholas is a full-service organization offering a wide range of investment vehicles and services. These include money market funds, CDs, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, annuities, retirement plans, and managed accounts, to name a few. Our financial advisors will sit down with you and help you tailor an investment plan, explaining strategies and investments which may help you achieve your personal goals. Call 4Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stiefel Nicholas, member SIPC and the New York Stock Exchange. And welcome back. I'm glad to have you in the house this morning on Tuesday. Feels like Monday. If you had the day off, I had the day off kinda from the other places that I work. Of course, I made up for it Sunday morning. I missed church because we had a location go down, couldn't take credit cards. I will stop everything and go when that happens. Everything else can wait, but if they can't take credit cards, you kind of have to go.
Yeah.
It was a piece of equipment that was unplugged under the counter. But
hey, that's why you're the expert.
Fixed. That's right. Hey, don't pay me $4.50 an hour for nothing. That's what I'm saying. That's not $450.
It's like the guy that came to fix the washing machine one time. Nothing goes. This thing's just awful. I'm getting a new one. He's like, no. Pulls out a sock. He's like, here you go. I say, how much owe you? Yeah. I won't say.
Embarrassed to take money. Yes.
I said, can we do this privately?
All right, let me ask you a question here. A lot of divisions in the NFL some divisions are better than others. If I were to look at the NFC, I would have to say that the West is the toughest division out there. Seahawks, 49ers, Rams, Cardinals. They've got quarterbacks. They've got coaches. Now, doesn't mean they'll put everything together, but, for example, you go to the NFC North, the Bears, the Lions, the Packers, and the Vikings, they have got so much dysfunctional items going on, I don't know how they pull it together.
Yeah, but yet, year in and year out, they seem to be the ones that, Aaron Rodgers at Green Bay. I'm with you on that. I mean, I look at it, and I can actually see the list today. Did you make the screen bigger? Or Okay.
You keep buying bigger TVs.
Okay. So, but, Arizona now, there is some rumblings about Cliff. If he doesn't do it, this, that, and the other. I think the NFL, is the talk is all about offense, but in the end, I still think it's the defense.
You just got to have the offense to get you there.
Right. And that's the thing. I mean, the offense will win you games. I mean, but this is so true. This is what I try to explain to my kids and, of course, our players. And, when I'm talking to coaches, other coaches and things like that, they think that great players win championships. And that is not true. Great players help you win games. It's those middle-of-the-road guys that you develop. And I think that's what they're lacking, and that's why, to his credit, Sean McVay got rid of
defense coordinator.
He got rid of the
quarterback.
Yeah. I named protein.
He brought in Matt Stafford.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. For what he needs, Stafford is perfect. You say, well, yeah, but he can't run. Look, he's not. If you run NFL. You're a quarterback.
You're not running along.
I mean, and people say, well, look at Lamar Jackson. Okay, let's just talk about how far they go every year. Is he a great player? Absolutely. They got to work on other things, okay? So, to your point with all of this, what everybody's going to talk about. This is Dallas's year.
But it is every year.
I know. The Cowboys this year are going to go to the Super Bowl. Okay. When you look at New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, and Washington
football team.
Taters. Is that what
Taters.
West
the Taters.
Yeah, right. So Washington football team. Does anything about that excite you other than just wanting to see how many people say this is Dallas's year preseason? I like Rivera, and I like Jalen Hurts.
Dallas moves the needle.
Sure.
I mean, that's
it's about engagement, but what's the productivity been like? Okay. It's exciting. This is it.
When you look through here, if you had to look, give me your picks just right off the top of your head. We'll start with the East.
Okay.
Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. Who wins that division?
Bills.
Okay, I agree. The North, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, the Steelers.
Okay, the Browns should win it, but I think that I gotta be a homer. I think the Steelers are going to, but the Browns should.
Oh, I think the Steelers finish last.
Yeah.
In that division.
Yeah.
I hate to say it because I'm a Steeler fan. You know that, but
no.
I hate to say it.
No.
AFC South: Texans, Colts, Jags, and Titans.
I like Tennessee, man.
You can't really say on the Texans because you don't know whether Deshaun Watson's even going to play.
I don't think that really factors into their issues.
Okay.
I mean, I don't because, again, he's a great player, but Watts, T.J. Watt is already – I mean, I just don't see it.
In the West, the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Chargers.
I just got Chiefs, yeah. Chiefs.
In the East, Richie likes the Colts, he said in the South.
Yeah, I can see that. But I think Tennessee's just too – I mean, I can see it, but I just –
Donnie said he agrees with you. With their 2 championships, it was the unsung blue-collar guys that were the catalyst.
Coach Kiefer?
Yeah.
Well, he understands that.
He got him over the top.
No, he understands. But that's the difference between style versus substance. And I say this all the time, but I can't hammer this home enough. Your great players win games for you. Otherwise, you would have many local high schools around here with multiple state championships if that weren't the case. Mm-hmm. Okay,
no,
it's
agree.
not about the great player. You can sit around, Lenny, just like you could at West Lincoln or Lincolnton and, knowing the history here and other places and talk about all the great players that have come through here. The championship teams, the 2 or 3, one, whatever it is, were made because of that middle group of guys.
Yep.
Had the improvement and audacity to do it. That's that middle group, right? No, I agree with you. That took it to the next level.
In the East, Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, or the Taters?
Nobody. Next. Okay. Everybody finishes like
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say Taters.
Wow.
Cowboys probably win a division, but the Taters will be in the hunt.
I don't think so. And I think the surprise team, believe it or not, is going to – well, I don't know if they're going to be surprised or not, will be either the Eagles or the Giants.
Okay.
Yep.
In the North, the Bears, the Lions, the Packers, or the Vikings?
Obviously, if Rodgers stays at Green Bay, it's the Packers. And if he doesn't, then that could be just like the NFC East. It could be let's just say, holy cow, I don't know, Chicago.
I like the Vikings. In the South, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Saints, and the Bucks.
Yeah.
Richie says it best. The Bucks and question marks.
Yeah, right. He's right.
Yeah.
He's right.
And the difference is going to be it's the same team.
Yeah.
It's the same team. They re-signed everybody.
And enhanced
it.
Yeah, absolutely. And enhanced with a couple of
that means you got guys out there that have a mission.
That's what I'm saying.
And they put what they're trying to accomplish above everything, including themselves.
Well, that's what the definition of of a true team is. Right. It's not about the problem is NFL's a business, and you won't run into this, but every decade or two with this type and the problem. And I say the problem, the issue is things have transitioned from the time Brady started in the league, obviously 20 years ago till now. The league has transitioned from a substance-based league to completely style under Goodell. Not enough people give him credit for what he's done. They want to chastise him, which I understand because he's in that role. But he has taken them from the dark ages to what you see today, the dynamic atmosphere you see today. But along with that, he's taken a lot of substance.
He's hurt
out of
the
league.
football.
That's what I'm saying. But
he's done the NBA thing
right.
that David Stern did.
That's right. But it is what it is with people talking about everything's so exciting. He's gotten extra games in, extra weeks in, added extra playoff teams, this, that, and the other. But that's all about this, which is a business, and I understand that. And if Brady was not still in the league, you would not have this.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And then finally, the NFC West, the Cardinals, the Rams, the Niners, and the Seahawks.
This league is so based off of style that it's so hard because, there's 10 years of film now on Russell Wilson. So what's he going to do that you hadn't seen him do before? Or they, my thing is, are teams going to take the approach? Check this out, Lenny, like they did with Mahomes and make him run the football more than he throws it.
Well, the thing that hurts the Seahawks is what you mentioned earlier. They don't have a defense anymore. That's what carried him was the defense.
Legion of Boom.
And that doesn't exist anymore out there. I like the Rams, and the reason I like the Rams is I've always liked Matt Stafford. I've always thought Matt Stafford was underutilized and unappreciated, and now he's with Sean McVay.
Yeah.
Even though you've got tape on Matt Stafford, you're going to see a different Matt Stafford.
It's a great point, and they have Aaron Donald.
Because
you're right.
Because of it's a different coaching system and scheme.
I'm with Colin Cowherd on that. I mean, I'm 100% with what you said. You're exactly right. He will learn quickly. He's an experienced quarterback. McVay's not going to show him anything that he can't adapt to very quickly. All right, because McVay's so good at those things and communicating. But they have Aaron Donald. He is the best football player in the National Football League. Okay, that's debatable, but I'm just saying from a, he plays in the middle, but yet he still has a ton of sacks. He's double, triple, quadruple teamed at some points, even chipped with the back some, which hardly ever happens up front. It always happens on the edge, when the back's chipping and then going out. They chip in the middle with him and then send him out, or they just sacrifice the back and keep the back in for Donald. So you're right. That makes a lot of sense, and they could very easily go through that division because I don't think things are going to get any better in Arizona. Kyler Murray's a great athlete, and I have no faith in San Francisco at all, okay, because when you don't have faith in your team leader, which is supposed to be the signal caller, things can't be good. And then these guys are pros and they know who they want to draft, but I just can't. I don't understand some of the picks that were made early on versus people that were giving up and thinking that you're gonna. Man, God.
Well, you get into the situation that. I think a lot of times, especially at this level, is you overthink and outthink yourself, thinking that you're smarter than everybody else.
Yep.
And you've seen it happen. You've seen it happen here with the Carolina Panthers. You've seen it happen with other franchises. You've seen people roll the dice in what I call the risk-reward. Johnny Manziel's a great example of that, where you take him that you think you can fix it. You can't change a leopard's spots. And so there's certain things you cannot fix. And you think you can. You can't teach and coach maturity. That's one thing that you can't do. And I've said it before, and I'm sure Donnie would agree with this too, and you would too. We talked about it. Give me 100% coachable and 50% athlete versus 100% athlete that's 50% coachable.
100%.
Because it's not what you're not going to get from that kid. It's the disruption that he's going to cause with the other ones that are fence setters, that are not leaders, that are followers, and what they're going to do.
100%.
Hobbs says best division in football, Jalen Ramsey in the secondary, and that's a kid that can play.
Yeah, he's a great corner.
That's a kid that can play. So you take all those things into consideration. Just in case you care, I don't, because I just don't follow it. Milwaukee and Phoenix start tonight. This may be one of the
hockey
NBA.
Oh,
Close.
Well,
this may be one of the lowest rated. You're talking about two, even though Phoenix is a pretty good city, that's two small market TV.
Are they still playing basketball? They hadn't finished that?
No, it's crazy. Milwaukee and Phoenix, 9 o'clock. And this could last a possibility of almost 14 days because they take a day off between games.
It's kind of like athletes.
Well, I take that back. They play the first two in Phoenix. They play tonight and Thursday. Then they take 2 nights off. The third game will be Saturday, and then no game on Monday. So you're talking about a week till you get to the fourth game. The earliest possible finish could be 7 days from now, a minimum of 7 days.
I had an interesting conversation yesterday based off the NBA. So I was riding up, like I told you, we were playing golf and talking about things on the way up there. And Robbie brought up a good point. He said, You know, when back in the day, of course, you can tell we're getting old. We say that, right? When Jordan and Bird and Magic and, you know, we even talk about Dominique Wilkins, you know, Kareem, you know, all the great players, you know, even the Detroit Pistons teams, right? He said, you know, if the team that you liked, which, you know, most people like the Celtics or the Lakers or the Bulls, you know, whatever. He said, you know, when those teams got beat, you still watched it because you want to see what the other teams were doing that beat your team. Today, I really did not even know that the NBA was still going on.
But you know why?
Because
But the reason is, for the same reason that they've changed the game, the NBA is not after the true fan. They're after the casual fan. They're after catching some eyes.
Right.
Because the true fan has kind of left the NBA. There's not enough numbers of the true fan. Kind of like NASCAR. You know, we went last week. Addison's birthday. She turned 18, and for her 18th birthday, she wanted to go to Charlotte Motor Speedway on the big screen TV and watch Trolls. Okay, that's 18 years. So we loaded up, stopped at Firehouse Subs, got some subs, went down there, backed the car in where you could open up the hatch. They laid down in the back, and we watched Trolls with a number of other people that were down there.
You're a very good father.
What can I say? But the point is, as I went out to get a funnel cake, which was excellent, by the way, covered in powdered sugar, and it had a vanilla frosting drizzle on it.
Of course it did. Of course it did.
Might have been the best one I've ever had. Anyway, as I'm walking to the funnel cake truck and I look over to the back stretch, there's no stands anymore on the back stretch.
Whoa, what?
None. It's
Come
grass.
on.
It's grass. And in the
Nobody
second turn, I watched a race 5-6 years ago in a suite in the second turn, and all of that's gone. When you get out of the first turn where the condos and suites are, there's nothing there till you hit the fourth turn, except the big screen TV. Yeah. No, because I remember those seats were covered on the back stretch forever anyway. And it's the same thing. Yeah. You kind of got away from your true fans, trying to pull in the casual fans, trying to make the quick dollar, expand the market. Instead of concentrating on what your true market is, you kind of let your real market go. And that's what's happening with a lot of sports.
So you sacrificed, you know, basically the substance.
That's correct.
That you built, you know, upon the narrative you had and why it brought value, and you abandoned all that for the wow factor. And how's that working out again? Reduction in stands and, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Hey, it's about being popular for the moment, though, right?
Let me ask
history. Well,
let me ask just a question here. You're going to find this amazing. You're going to find this amazing. As you know, I work in the convenience store business, and we have 17 stores. I think it is now 16, 17. I think it's 17. But my question is, this is a daily occurrence that I'm getting ready to tell you. I've never done it. I've never seen it done, but you can just about count it on it happening once a day. People will drive off with the hose still in their car. I mean, daily. I'm talking daily. Now, all of our hoses have quick connects.
Right.
When it happens, it just pops loose and the gas stops.
Yeah, the world's good. Yeah.
But
hey. I can't tell you that before when I was cleaning out my truck, when I put that thing on and I get in, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, you know.
Never.
I mean, well, but, you know, people
never done it.
Get distracted. They get phone calls. And you know, it's like, you know, a good friend of mine said, you know, the ignorant will suffer. And if I quit paying attention to what I'm doing, you know, bad things are not.
What are you telling me? It's a small highway?
Hey, man.
Is that what it is?
Hey, man. Hey, you know what? Richie had a good point. He said he swore he thought that their defense wasn't good last year. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the Rams.
Yeah.
And he's
what as
right.
good as it has been.
Well, but they played a lot more on defense last year because their quarterback play was so bad. So Richie is right. You know, and I think he understands the point I was making with Aaron Donald, of course.
But I think it was worse based on situation, not because of lack of talent.
Right, it was. Yeah. And, you know, the one thing that you and I have talked about before off air that we really haven't taken a deep dive into, football is so much about field position.
Yes,
and the turnover game, and things are going to happen. Your defense has to respond. But when it's over and over and over again, kicking game's not doing as well, you know, the ball's being turned over, you know, whatever, whether it be on downs or just fumbles and interceptions, at some point, that's going to blow up.
Ronnie Williams' final thought of the day: if players would just do what they're paid to do, and that is play the game and keep their mouth shut, the main fan will or may come back. That is exactly right.
You know what, Ronnie?
It's a job.
Ronnie's right, but you know which I don't think's ever going to come back that really wasn't engaged much to start off with under being a kid is that millennial generation.
No, they've got other things to do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they have a very low tolerance for, you know, well, anyway, yeah, they got other things to do. So
they want what they want. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Happy early Wednesday.